Hey there, Diana here today with a journal page that I will get started with in a minute, but I wanted to show this book to you. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. It's called a Humament, which is a human document by Tom Phillips, and this was I guess the first altered book. And there's been a bunch of editions of this. I happen to have the third edition, and it's a Victorian novel that Tom altered. So you can see, for instance, on this page, the words, he was very clever about this. The words that are circled here, and then there's stenciling and drawing and painting in the background. It's really quite wonderful, and every page is just sort of another inspiration. Intellect crippled and softened. The lame one's a critic. Ha 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 ha. I saw his name on a label. Makes me ill, Ducky. I shall go to him for a bottle of art. There's really amusing parts in it, and this is super clever. It's just a wonderful book to have, and I'm not sure what edition he's up to, but this one came out in 1980. So I'll try to find it and link to it. And the reason I'm introducing this book to you today is because I'm going to be doing some found poetry in the art journal project. I'm working in the Delusions art journal today, and the paper is gessoed, which created a problem for me at the end. But I thought I would show you this process because it faded out a whole lot, the page, the color. But I'll show you the process because I wound up doing another page on ungessoed paper, and it held on to the color, and I'll come back at the end of the video and show that page to you. This is the distress stains, and I have to say I really like these distress stains. That the colors are beautiful. I love the distress range of colors, and the stains are really nice and easy to use. They're just really like the ink, I guess, and I'm spraying some water on that page just to get that moving. And I think this was one of the problems. It was just moving too much on that slicker surface of the gesso. So yeah, I would say don't use any of the distress stuff on gessoed paper. I don't think it works. I'm going through an old book and just pulling out papers and looking for words that I like, and then when I find one I do like, so I'm not left with a pile of pages, I go through and highlight with a marker of some kind, just so I know what pages to cut out later, because I have forgotten. And yeah, I love this quick stick tool. It makes it really easy to pick up these teeny little paid words, and I do use my X-Acto. I think it's easier, but of course you can use your scissors or tear or whatever, what have you. And now I'm going back into this with distress ink and a brush. I like these stencil brushes, and man, wait till you see the end of the video how soft this page is with all these layers of ink. I couldn't believe it. But I'm using stencils, and it's really looks vivid here, but it's you'll see at the end. The stencil brushes are nice to use. I'm just giving them a try. I think all of this material is just moving around because of the gessoed paper. But you can see there, if it had been not gessoed, how beautiful. But yeah, so I'm just adding more and picking up. I like to do that with a stencil as well. So everything's a little damp and I'm just rubbing some bits away. It's a very quiet looking background. See how faded that became, and I'm looking at it closely and I can see the layers underneath and they're really nice. I'm going to make another video along these lines, but for today's video I'm just going to, I went over to this book, which is just one of my little handmade books. I will link in the corner to this video, and using that quick stick, I glued everything down, and I had a lot of fun doing this. It's a really fun thing to do, that found poetry. And then I've been on the hunt for these caramel stamps, and this one is way out of my comfort zone, so I got it because, you know, I like to stretch every year. So I inked that up and just added some stickers, and then there was a bunch of sticky spots because I made a mess of the gluing. So there's sticky spots there, and I grabbed this Zig two-way glue. I love this thing, and added sticky stuff, and then just went through with the foiling. I just added some glue pen around here. I think you've seen me do that. I'll link again in the corner if you haven't. And this thing is great. You just write it on there and it goes on blue, and you wait for it to dry and it stays tacky. But anything that was sticky, I can just sort of press down with this, and you can see it's still picking up. So you could be neater with your gluing, but I really enjoyed making this journal page, and I feel like this was kind of a blast back to the way I used to work. I used to love to work with found poetry. So I hope you give it a try. So great news here. I've been keeping under my hat. Today we are announcing Joggles, which is a great little art store, great shop online. I found them because I was looking for these caramel stamps, and they carry a great selection. So I was really happy. I just become an affiliate of the store. They have great service. Things come packaged up real nice, and they come quickly. And I'm now on the design team, and that announcement is being made today. So I'm really happy to announce my affiliation with Joggles.com and the good women over there who run that place. So thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will be back soon.